Welcome to Carolina Cooking. I'm your host, Tom Zelinkin, Average Joe, learning to cook from the best chefs we have here in the Carolinas. And today, we're going to use a ½ pound of butter to make up some delicious shrimp, some Creole barbecue shrimp. So, ½ pound of butter, you know it's going to taste great. We're going to do it in 30 minutes or less. Keep watching. If I can do it, you can too.
The worst cook on TV. And the best chefs in the Carolinas.
Not to worry, we're trained professionals.
If you can learn a lot from your mistakes, you'll learn the most from Carolina Cooking.
And a shrimp.
If Tom can do it,
Looks delicious.
So can you.
Now that's Carolina Cooking. Wow, this is incredible. Joining us today here in the Hadco Viking showroom is the chef from Fenwick on Providence in Charlotte, North Carolina, Chef Catherine Rabb, the owner and chef, right?
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you coming out, and
Thank
you have
you.
like a kind of a casual dining kind of atmosphere there.
Very casual, very relaxed neighborhood, very friendly.
So all these recipes are going to be kind of just laid back, just good, sitting back,
Southern
enjoying
staples.
yourself. Good, yeah. This is Creole barbecue shrimp.
Creole barbecue shrimp. On Mondays at the restaurant, we do a New Orleans day, and we always have Creole barbecue shrimp and red beans and rice and jambalaya, sort of a theme. And this is one of my favorites because it's a perfect appetizer to do at home. If people hang around your kitchen, you might as well go ahead and join them if you can't beat them.
Oh yeah, this is
right
great because it keeps everybody centered around the plate.
Yep.
Right, and then they're all just peeling and talking and dipping and eating and peeling and laughing and talking and dipping and eating.
That's exactly
then
right.
next thing you know, you're getting naked. Or that's just in my house, maybe. So and what these are shrimp? These are fresh shrimp. Is that right?
Yeah, these are fresh shrimp, and they're big ones, but you could use smaller ones if you prefer.
Well, what size are these then?
These are what's called 21-25s, which means there's somewhere between 21 and 25 shrimp per pound. Which means they're big, and the next biggest one is called a U15, which is those monster
the massive
ones.
jumbo. Okay,
but you could easily use a smaller shrimp if you like. The key though is that you get shrimp in the shell, that they're not peeled and that they're not cooked.
Okay.
And so you get a raw shrimp in the shell, and then the seasoning that we're going to make sort of oozes into the shell and makes them
what's
delish.
the first step? What's the first thing we need to do? Are we cooking the shrimp or are we making...
We're making the sauce first.
Okay.
And the sauce you can actually make quite a bit ahead and saute the shrimp at the last minute. Our first step's some garlic.
Right, sure. Okay, well, let me set this over here real quick, sorry. And come back to you.
Yep.
And this would be garlic?
This is garlic, and you may be used to seeing a little bit smaller.
Onions?
I know, they're called elephant
shallots?
garlic.
These are about the size of a shallot.
Yeah.
Elephant garlic?
Elephant garlic. And the reason I chose it is because it's easy to peel, but it's also a little milder. And you know, if you've ever been to a cocktail party and you've had too much garlic and you can see people backing up from you.
Yeah.
So this kind of gives you a little garlic punch without the huge garlic breath.
Okay, that's good to know. So how do we mincing these?
We are going to
them?
mince them, and what we want to do is get rid of the kind of fuzzy end.
Okay. All right, just cut it off.
Yep. And I also go ahead and take off the point.
Okay.
And do you want to learn a little trick?
Sure, absolutely a trick.
If you go down and make some little cuts, but not all the way to the bottom.
Down.
One way.
Like that, all the way, but not to the bottom.
Right.
Stop short.
Stop short. Now turn it the other way. Oh, that's okay. Just leave that one out to the side.
Okay.
And then go the other way and make sort of like a little cross cut.
But not to the bottom.
But not to the bottom.
Okay.
You can do an onion this way too.
All right.
And turn it on its side and hold it by the part you didn't cut.
Okay.
And you can just slice off some little minces right there.
Mine didn't exactly work out
Yours
like
is
that. I may
good.
have
Yours
cut
is really good.
A little too far to the bottom there.
Yours is really good. But we do want it chopped up fine because nobody really likes a big piece of garlic in their shrimp. So just kind of keep chopping.
Okay. And do we need both these cloves of shrimp?
No, we're gonna only probably use one of them, but we'll.
Or garlic.
Garlic,
I'm sorry.
yeah. And when it's nice and about the size that you feel comfortable with.
I'll be getting there. Don't worry.
You're doing great.
I do realize the show is only 30 minutes, but but we've accounted for my ineptitude in that 30 minutes.
All right. So what we'll do is let's make a little pile, and then we'll decide how much we're going to use a little bit later.
All right. Okay. Alrighty.
And the next thing we're going to do is
now I got to go back. Elephant shrimp. I can actually find it there at the grocery store.
Elephant garlic. Yeah, absolutely. Elephant shrimp.
Garlic.
Too.
This is garlic. Garlic. This is shrimp.
Elephant garlic's easy to find at the grocery store. It's usually near the potatoes. And
Okay.
you'll see the normal little cloves like you would buy, and
Yeah.
then a lot of times they'll have elephant garlic in a bag.
Okay.
Also, a lot of times you can get it at farmers markets or Asian markets or anywhere else, but mainstream grocery stores carry elephant garlic.
Now, are we throwing this in the skillet? Or
We
what
are, but we're
doing?
going to put some butter in first. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to juice some lemons, and I brought a fun toy for you
That-
to try.
okay.
So this is a new thing I just found, and I think you might like it.
Yeah.
What you do is you're going to take a lemon and cut it in half.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter about the garlic on the knife because it's all going to the same place.
Okay, good.
And you put this lemon upside down
Okay.
like that.
Oh, the other upside down.
And then yeah, the other. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
I had
and,
a 50-50 shot at being right. I just wasn't.
And then squeeze.
Okay.
Just press the top to the bottom.
All right.
And all the juice comes out, but none of the seeds.
None of the seeds, are you sure?
Well,
All right, because
there's a couple.
the couple down there in the bottom, but
Well,
they're the small ones.
They're the small ones. We'll fish
Yeah,
them out.
all right.
But anyway, I thought that was fun.
Oh, that's fun. And it makes a little disc.
Yep.
How much lemon do we need?
We're going to take the juice of 2 whole lemons.
Sorry. You might need to stand back. I get a little
lemon.
lemon, yeah.
Doesn't it smell good?
It does.
I love the smell of lemon.
Maybe needs a gasket right around there to
Yeah, I think
seal it in.
I think you're going to probably have to come up with
Yeah.
a new invention for me on this
But
one.
no, this is much better than because a lot of times they're like catch the seeds in your hands.
Yeah, that's exactly
And then I
right.
just get frightened because I'm not going to catch all the seeds.
There's one weird one where you twist it on like a little cup that I've never been very good at. I always send the cup sailing.
I have that wooden one where you just drive it into it and you're twisting it around.
That's exactly right.
So, alrighty.
All right, so we're going to move over to the stove.
Okay.
And the first thing we're going to
Oh, do I need these?
we will in just a sec.
Okay.
yeah.
Alrighty.
We're going to turn the heat on to about medium.
Yep.
First thing we're going to do is coat the bottom of the pan with some olive oil. And
Olive
the
oil.
reason I'm using olive oil is not so much to coat the pan or to interact with the butter. The olive oil just has a nice taste with the
Okay.
shrimp.
So olive oil.
Olive oil first.
Was that enough?
That's plenty.
Okay.
And what I'd like you to do is just sort of move it around the bottom of the pan and kind of get it all over.
Actually coat all the bottom of the pan. Okay. Alrighty.
Now, really nice unsalted butter, can't go wrong.
One
to make
half
this
pound.
1/2 pound, 2
of
sticks.
salted butter.
Yep.
Wow. Alrighty. So this is going to be healthy. This is actually, I think, a recipe that the king himself, the king of rock and roll, would have appreciated if maybe you could somehow have gotten bacon in it
Followed
too.
by a little bit of peanut butter and
Yeah,
banana.
exactly.
I think it would be excellent.
Wow. There it goes.
At this point, you can go ahead and add the lemon juice.
Okay. So we're just all melting this all down.
And this is really what it is you can melt this down. And once you get the sauce done, you can literally leave it on your stove for an hour or two while you're getting ready
that's
for
good.
company, and then
Okay.
throw the shrimp in,
At
heat
the
it, and
very
throw the
last
shrimp in at
minute.
the last
So that's
minute.
great for a party.
It's an awesome dish for a party. The only problem is people really like it, and so the first ones there will eat it all. So sometimes you have to have a couple batches ready to go. You can do it outside on your grill if you don't like the smell of shrimp inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
You can just put a black cast iron skillet right on your grill, throw the ingredients in, and it's very tasty.
That's good. Now, and now is it ready for us to stir in any of the other?
I am going to hold off on the garlic for a second, but it's time to add a little wine.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
wine.
a little wine for me is maybe a little more than other people, so about a cup. That's beautiful right there.
Okie dokie.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
How about a splash of Worcestershire?
Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce.
Can you spell it?
Okay, I'm going to try. W-O-R-S-C-A. No, I've gone off. S-T. No, I can't.
Well, I shouldn't ask you because I can't either, but
Yeah.
Just
I just know it's Worcestershire.
a little hint of that.
All right.
I think we're probably at a pretty good stage to add our garlic. I kind of like to get the butter almost dissolved, and we're going to put about half of it in, about
Okay.
half of what we minced.
Yep.
Nice big clove.
Half the thing of garlic. And then what are these other spices? That
We have all kinds of stuff here. We
All right.
have basic salt and pepper.
Okay.
And let's start with just a pinch of salt.
Okay, well what we'll do is we'll put in a little salt
And
a
then
little
we can
pepper, and
season
then when
it.
we come back, we'll start adding in all our other seasonings there into the mix, and then we'll be working with our shrimp when Carolina Cooking continues.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website,
So this is with salt and pepper.
Yeah, this is with salt and pepper.
Okay.
And now our next step is to add, this is a Creole seasoning that I made.
Okay.
It's mostly cayenne pepper with some onion powder and garlic powder. There's a formal recipe.
All right.
But just add about half of it, and let's see if it gets kind of pink. We want
Okay.
the sauce to be a little pink.
Welcome back, by the way, to Carolina Cooking, and this is our sauce that we let bubble up. We had the half pound of butter in it, and we added some wine, we added our garlic, we added our salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
And forgetting anything, please
Lemon
let me know.
juice.
And now we're ready to go ahead and add Creole seasoning, which you say is hot?
No, it's kind of hot and savory. It's got a little cayenne pepper in it.
Hot and savory. Kind of like me. And salty.
And salty.
That's nice. It's like steak seasoning, right?
Yeah,
I get a little bit of that.
It's
Ooh,
kind
now I
of
get a little heat.
like Cajun seasonal.
Yeah. How much of this am I
Add
putting?
about half of it, and I just dump it in there. You can't go too far wrong. Maybe you'll hold it.
All right, and we'll save that little bit.
We'll save that little bit
Right.
because we'll put it on our garlic bread.
Okay.
How about a quarter of this? This is a little fresh basil, a little dried basil.
Okay. 1/4.
Yeah, you could use Italian seasoning, anything.
Okay. Could you use fresh if you wanted to?
You sure could.
Okay.
Lemon pepper is
Lemon
an
pepper?
optional ingredient. Do you like a lot of extra lemon, or you want to hold off?
I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna see
right.
what it does. Is that good, or
That's
do I need
good.
more? Just a pinch.
That's good.
Okay.
And I think we might need a little more black pepper. I like
a
to
little more
see the
black
grains.
pepper. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, there we go.
All right. And
Now
let's see,
you
we
like
did that.
spicy, right?
Yeah, I like it to be a little
One
warm.
little jolt of cayenne in there. I've
All
already
right.
got a little bit, but maybe
Is
a
this
pinch.
Is this hot cayenne? I don't know. This is kind of mild, actually.
Well,
I mean,
add a
I'll
big
put
pinch.
a pinch in here.
Okay, add a big pinch.
But it doesn't seem to be very hot.
Do you want a little Tabasco?
Well, sure. I mean, if we're
lover
gonna
of heat,
if
or
we're
would
gonna
you
put
prefer
some heat,
Texas Pete?
Tabasco or Texas Pete. You know, it's so
So
hard to
Louisiana,
decide.
yeah.
Now, Texas Pete is made here in Winston-Salem, right? So let's do a little Tabasco.
All
you know,
right.
Texas Pete. Okay.
We're going to let this sauce simmer down, let the flavors marry, and we're going to come over and make some garlic bread. So we
They're
have
going to
something
marry?
lush. Yeah, they're going to
That's
They may
nice.
not marry, but they're going to
That'll be nice. It'll be like Nick and Jessica
They're gonna-
in the good years.
they'll mingle for the
Yeah,
early episode of Newlyweds.
exactly.
So let's come over and make some
All
garlic
right,
bread.
I'm gonna leave it.
Let it kind of simmer.
Yep.
And what we're going to do is take 3 nice big slices, sort of on the diagonal off.
Okay, 3 big slices, like here.
Yep. And the reason we're making this bread is because the sauce is so good that when you eat the shrimp, you want something to dip into the
Oh
sauce as
yeah,
well.
you don't want to waste that sauce.
And what we'll do is we'll put them flat on a sheet pan.
Alrighty.
And
The crew actually looks pretty hungry, so I'm gonna give them a 4th there, because I want them to fill up on bread.
So
I want them
there's-
to fill up on bread so I can get all the shrimp.
Oh, that's good
That's what I'm
thinking.
hoping.
So try our new butter brush.
I like that. That's nice. That's fun. Look. That's nice. That's every time I try to use a pastry brush, even on the show, a lot of times it's like you'll always end up with pastry brush hair on your food.
It's one of the things I hate about pastry brushes and being in the restaurant business. You don't want to have any hair remaining, any pastry brush.
I could see how that would
remnants.
upset some people out in the dining
It
room.
would, and it's upsetting for the chef as well. The other thing is I just never feel like you can get them fully clean. So I like this new. It's not quite as effective as a classic pastry brush,
Yeah.
but I just think it's good.
It's like silicone or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
It works really well on the grill. It's heat resistant, so
And
you
you can put it in the dishwasher.
and you can put it in the dishwasher.
And the most important thing, it wobbles.
Yeah. So let's take a little of what's left of the Cajun seasoning
Oh,
mix,
the little bit that's left.
and just sprinkle a little on each piece so there's a little
Okay.
a little color. Oh yeah. And we'll toss these in the oven for just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
I don't like to use super hard bread because you want that kind of soft, scoopability.
Yeah.
But I do like it nice and warm.
Alrighty, here we go.
Right.
And
so
now,
into the oven.
all right, I'll grab it here. You'll get the door for
I
me.
would love to.
Thank you. And
Thanks.
done.
Now
All
it's
right.
time. Now it's time for shrimp.
Ooh.
So we're going to put the shrimp into our simmering sauce.
Now, do we need to taste this to make sure that
No,
it's
you're
where we want it?
more than welcome to if you like.
Oh, I like. Maybe I made it too hot. I mean, now's the time to check, right?
Yeah, we can always thin it down with a little more wine if it's too spicy for you.
I'm worried about burning my little.
I
thumb.
don't blame you.
I may have overdone a little bit on the hot sauce.
Let's add a little more wine.
So you just cut it with some wine?
Yeah, just go with some wine.
Okay.
Remember that you're not going to get all that potency in the sauce.
Okay.
You're going to get it diluted with some shrimp.
Okay, so
Okay.
now we're ready to put the shrimp in.
Now we're ready for the shrimp.
Okay.
We're going to toss them in, and it doesn't take long, but the sauce should be nice and bubbling. So you want nice hot sauce, which is what we have.
Okay.
Throw the shrimp in there, and we're going to stir them up until they're pink. And it really just take a minute or two to get them nice and pink.
Oh, sure. So just toss them all in.
Yep.
And then this one's the stun shrimp right here from way up here. Oh, and the sauce. I don't think we're going to be able to fit them all in
Oh,
here.
I think you can make it.
All right.
I think you can make it.
There we go. Yeah, just got to cram them down.
That's
We'll put the
great.
lid on, and
Cram
that'll
them down.
sandwich
Put the
them down.
lid on it.
All right.
And what you want is a nice hot bubbling butter, which you can kind of see.
Yep.
And this is a variation on any, all seafood's good with garlic butter, and
And
this
so
is a variation.
once they turn pink, they're pretty much done, right?
done.
Okay, I'll just keep stirring them here and waiting for them to turn pink. And when we come back to Carolina Cooking, I'm going to be talking to Eris Ragazeas and find out which wine he has paired with our shrimp. And Carolina Cooking continues. And this is just easy. This is the step you would do. You wouldn't put the shrimp in until people showed up.
But you can make the sauce on the stove, and literally, the butter and everything. And then the minute somebody comes to the door, turn that on, throw in the shrimp.
The Carolina Cooking Cookbook is in stores now. You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Barnes & Noble, Target, Borders Books, Amazon.com, and our website, carolinacooking.tv. That's right, carolinacooking.tv. All the recipes you've seen on the show, wine pairings, advice from the chefs, and Tom. Get the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas in the Carolina Cooking Cookbook.
I was being funny, but then it got serious very fast. Hi, welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with our wine expert, Eris Ragazeas. And Eris, I'm hoping you're going to help me out because we're making kind of a Cajun shrimp. It looks incredible. We used a ½ pound of butter to make it, right? To make 2 pounds of shrimp.
That's rich.
Yeah, it's going to be rich, but it's also, I did overdo it with the cayenne pepper because I was like, oh, I'll put a big pinch in, and then I tasted it and wow.
Well, we're going to need a lot of juiciness and a lot of intensity of fruit to kind of mellow out that spice.
All right, so what did you
I think
pick
I just
for us?
want, this is a Dash Cellars Zinfandel from the Dry Creek Valley area in Sonoma in California.
Okay, California.
This is an interesting family. This is a husband and wife winemaking team.
Okay.
And he was trained in California and she was trained in France.
Okay.
So they have, and they actually get along.
Oh, well, that's
which
it.
is
That's
nice
always
with such a diverse set of backgrounds.
Yeah.
They making a great wine, which is like a combination of the two different styles.
Okay.
The California with all that ripeness and the French sense of balance. They come out with some great, and the Dry Creek area is known for making some of the California's best Zinfandels.
Really?
A lot of old vines there, and the grapes reach perfect ripeness.
Now, is this going to be a good price point for us? Is this a good value one?
This is a medium price
value.
wine. Yeah, this is not your everyday price, but it's like for your good Sunday dinner wine.
Yeah, well, that's perfect because for this, the idea of the dish that we're making is that you're going to want to have all your friends over, right? And then you'll make up this dish, you'll put the shrimp in, everybody's going to be around peeling shrimp, eating, talking, laughing, and so...
More drinking, less talking. I want you to try this wine. This is wonderful. This is almost like drinking jam. So
Very-
ripe and so
yeah.
succulent that fruit is.
Get a lot of berries in there.
Very delicious.
Very delicious, absolutely, yeah. So this would be perfect. Your friends could have this wine, they'd enjoy the wine, they'd be sitting around talking, and having the shrimp. It works out perfectly, right?
Absolutely.
And the bread, you get to dip the bread in the sauce. And speaking of which,
I was afraid you were going to say dip the bread in the wine.
No,
Okay.
I left the bread in the oven, and you know me, it'll probably be burnt when I get back there. So I got to head back to the kitchen, and I'll be doing that when Carolina Cooking continues. Yeah, because I like
jam. This thing. It's like drinking
very,
jam.
very.
Go to carolinacooking.tv for the recipes featured on this show. Plus, on carolinacooking.tv, you'll find more information on the wine, chefs, and foods of Carolina Cooking.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. Our bread is in the oven and it's done. And our shrimp is also almost done too. So let's grab the bread real quick. Alrighty. I'm here with Chef Catherine Rabb, and she's teaching us how to make this Creole barbecue shrimp that's perfect for parties. And so we have our shrimp over here on the stove, and that one's all done. And it looks incredible. We were tasting the sauce during the break, making sure it wasn't just too hot for us. And so put a couple of shrimp in, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Throw the shrimp in the bowl, pour a little of the sauce on top of it, and the idea is it's fun to peel your shrimp, dip a little garlic bread into the good sauce, a good buttery Creole sauce, and enjoy a little conversation, a little wine.
A little wine, a little conversation, and there we go.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
And a little sauce, right?
Yeah, a little sauce.
Because that's what everybody's going to dip their bread into. Yeah, I always dribble. I know, and then the chefs always get angry because I've dribbled. So like bunny ears, just stick those on top.
Little mouse ears on top.
Yep. Little lemon
Sure.
on here.
Some pretty chopped
And this is-
parsley.
oh, fresh chopped parsley? Should I
Yeah.
just sprinkle this all over the
just
place?
sprinkle it a little around the edges,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's looking good.
Ooh, that does
Oh.
look good. And just grab that and slide it off. Look, Ma, look what I done. Hey, if you want to find out more about our recipe or our wine, or if you want to find out more about Catherine or her restaurant there, Fenwick's on Providence, visit our website at carolinacooking.tv. That's carolinacooking.tv. I'm Tom Zelinker with Chef Catherine Rabb, and that's Carolina Cooking. Feel free to grab one and dig in.
I will.
Yeah, because if you don't get one, the crew will be all over this.
Hot, really
Hot
hot.
on the fingers.
Ooh,
Hot on the fingers.
hot.
Hot. I just want to eat you, shrimp.
Go to carolinacooking.tv for the recipes featured on this show. Plus, on carolinacooking.tv, you'll find more information on the wine, chefs, and foods of Carolina Cooking. That's carolinacooking.tv.
Carolina Cooking is filmed on location at the Hadco Viking Showroom at 101 West Worthington Avenue in Charlotte, North Carolina. To find more information or a Viking showroom near you, call 1-800-241-9152 or visit hadco.net.